Hello dear students, welcoming you to the 7th lecture of the Ethics and Culture course. In this video, I will be talking about the second part of the basics of ethics and culture, and I have divided the full lecture into 3 videos. In the first part of the video, we will be talking about the definition of cultural relativism and universalism. In the second video, I will talk about the 6 propositions of cultural relativism along with the cultural differences argument. And in the last video, we will talk about what would be the consequences of taking cultural relativism seriously. So let's start with the definition of cultural relativism and universalism. Cultural relativism is a theory of the nature of morality. It's an idea that a person's beliefs, values, and practices should be understood based on that person's own culture, rather than be judged against the criteria of another. Cultural relativism refers to not judging a culture to our own standards of of what is right and wrong, strange or ugly. Instead, we should try to understand cultural practices of other groups in its own cultural context. The idea of universal truth in ethics is a myth according to the concept of cultural relativism. The customs of different societies are all that exist. These customs cannot be said to be correct or incorrect, for that implies we have an independent standard of right and wrong by which they may be judged. An example might make your idea clear. For example, some countries are having a practice to eat fried insects. We may think this practice is weird because in this case, we are judging another cultural practice on the basis of my own. But if you are supporting cultural relativism, instead of thinking fried insects are disgusting, one should instead ask, why do some cultures eat fried insects? You may learn that fried insects are full of protein, and in Mexico, it is famous Oaxaca regional cuisine and have been eaten for thousands of years as a healthy food source. Another example could be many countries and international organizations oppose the act of whaling, which is fishing of whales for environmental reasons. These environmental organizations say that there are not many whales left and such fishing practices should be stopped. However, other countries argue that whaling is a cultural practice that has been around for thousands of years. Because it may be part of a country's oceanic culture, this country may say that such a cultural practice should not be opposed based on cultural differences, say by an inland country that does not understand. So whenever we will talk about cultural relativism, we should think about their customs in a way that helps us make sense of how their cultural practices fit within their overall cultural context. Now, if we are focusing on the idea of universalism, we will see that according to universalism, all cultures have some values in common. It is a concept of philosophy which states that moral truth is the same for all people at all times, at all places. And according to universalism, it is possible to formulate a set of norms which apply to all cultures equally. For an example, if you are thinking about the Eskimo society where infanticide is justified, and if you are thinking about the American society where infanticide is immoral, according to cultural relativism, it is all right because different cultures have different moral codes. But universalism will say both the cases, infanticide is a killing that cannot be supported in any way. So cultural relativism is telling you to have an attitude of tolerance towards different cultures. But universalism is saying some values must be common in all cultures. So that is basically all from the first part of the definition of cultural relativism and universalism. I hope you understand the concept. Thank you so much.